We're here for you. All right, we're back here on Tech Pulse, jamming all the way, and we're now talking about the new point of view. If you're someone that you love to hike, or you like to go in the Everglades, if you're here in Florida, or if you're in Colorado, you go skiing, or if you're in Arizona, you go in the desert, you like to hike, you like to do outdoor stuff, or even if you just like to go around town, you're a skateboarder, you're an extreme sports enthusiast, whatever you are into, whatever you like to do that's fast-paced, that's action-packed, and you want people to see what you see, because a lot of times when you're doing stuff, you're like, man, I wish others could see this. I wish others could feel this. People who skydive, they always say that, the thrill of it is just something that you can never experience otherwise. And if you could see what I see, a lot of times we want people to see what we see. Well, the Flytecam 1080p POV, that's point of view, rugged video cameras have been unveiled in a variety of colors. Now, a new contender in the personal point of view market has been launched, because there's a lot of cameras out there that are designed to clip onto bike helmets, or clip onto your wrist, or in your sunglasses and stuff like that. But this one comes to the table with something new. This new Flytecam, it provides users with an easy way of recording their exploits in full 1080p high resolution. Now, the Flytecam has been designed to provide users with a rugged camera that is capable of taking knocks and bumps in its stride, as well as being able to be used underwater. So if you're Flytecam, F-L-Y-T-E cam. So maybe it's Flytecam, forget the E, maybe the E is silent, Flytecam, but it allows you to take pictures, 1080p video, even underwater up to depths of 3 meters. So they're not deep sea diving, but if you're going snorkeling or something like that, you're going to the beach and you want to, you want people to see your exploits. This thing is rugged enough to take a hit. You can drop it, bump into it, and it'll still capture 1080p video. Now, other features of this new Flytecam include a 120-degree lens and the ability to capture footage using slow motion, the slow motion feature, at 60 frames per second in resolutions of 720p. So if you want to show something, show some footage that is, you just want to slow down on it. You get some great footage, you want to slow down on it. It has a slow motion feature at 60 frames per second. So this thing is going to be smooth, not choppy, and the Flytecam has an internal rechargeable battery that is capable of providing up to 3 hours of use on a single charge. The camera can be used with a flight mounting system that uses neodymium magnets and rubber teeth to easily secure the camera to whatever device, hat or bike or whatever device you're using it. Flytecam is currently under development and will hopefully launch soon, with pre-ordering starting even sooner. As more information comes, we'll try to keep this to you so you know when this thing can be expected. But you can jump over to the Flytecam camera website for more information. That's flytecamcamera.com, and you can see more information on this thing. But before we head on, let me just show you these
What's
cameras.
The URL?
Huh?
What's the URL?
Flytecam.com or flytecamcameras.com. Now let me show you these array of colors right here that this thing is coming in. You have green, blue, red, and the silver model, and this thing is made to take a beating, made to take, well, I mean, you don't run over it with your car, but if you drop it, if you you're going out in the ocean, you're going over into the desert, Arizona, Colorado, you're going skiing, mountain skiing, whatever it is, whatever you want other people to see, this point of view camera will capture it in high definition, 1080p, full high definition. Also, it'll capture your exploits and allow you the ability to put this thing in slow-mo at 60 frames per second. So if this is something that you want, you always wanted people to see what you see. You wanted people to be able to enjoy what you enjoy, those fast action. You're into extreme sports, but, the other cameras were like, the ones with, with the sunglasses. You know, they drop, they break. You know, other point of view cameras, you know, they don't really capture in 1080p. This one right here does. Well, what are you saying, David?
It looks rugged.
It is rugged.
But it looks nice.
Also. It looks nice, but rugged. Exactly. Exactly. So if you're someone that's hardcore, you know, and definitely,
like
you know,
a good-looking female athlete. Sleek, but rugged.
A good-looking female athlete. Okay. Yeah. So that way it's not offensive.
No.
Yeah, no. It's right in there.
It's right
just
in
enough on various ends to be what it needs to be. Yeah. So that's what it is, man. So if you're interested in that type of thing, I tell you, go over to their website and you can keep up with it to see when they're coming out. It's in development right now, not coming out, because you know here on Tech Pulse we like to bring you things before they hit the market. We don't just wait until it comes out, then tell you, and you're like, oh man, I saw that already. No. We tell you way ahead of time, so when you're talking about it, people are like, what are you talking about? And it's like, man, I heard about that. You're in the know before everybody else. You heard about it right here on Tech.
What is your mantra?
Keeping in step with the technological world while keeping one step ahead of everybody else. That's what you do by watching Tech Pulse. See, you know,
you just had to give it to repeat that.
Yeah, man, because that's what it is. You know, you're not going to find this thing on regular news, man.
It's not fake. It's real.
This stuff is real right here. Now, speaking of something else, the smartwatch category has been around for a while. You know, LG came out with it. Devin mentioned that a while ago, that he knew LG came out with a smartwatch, I think, back in 2009. But nobody cared. That's why you probably haven't heard of it, you know, because you're like, smartwatch? Well, what's that? That's Flintstones, you know. But they did try to come out with a smartwatch, LG. Just the market, either the market wasn't there or they just didn't market it well. Which one would you say it was, Devin? Did they just not market it well, or it just wasn't a practical thing at the time?
It wasn't a practical thing at the time. It wasn't ready. It wasn't that time.
It wasn't ready. But now everyone has jumped on board, from Sony back to LG, back to Apple. All of these people seem to be investing on what they think is the next leap in wearable computing, and that is a smartwatch. Now, Sony, no stranger to technology, is rumored to be coming out with a smartwatch. So the rumors go, they're rumored to be coming out with a smartwatch as soon as this week or next week, and it's going to have NFC. Now, according to Sony, they say that only a couple of days ago, Sony hinted through its Twitter account the possibility of launching a new smartwatch at the Mobile Asia Expo that's happening this week. It has already posted a couple of teaser images, as well as further leads, further lends air to the speculation that Sony is indeed releasing a new smartwatch. And according to sources at CNET, that's an online electronic digital magazine review site source, the wearable gadget will come with NFC technology, just like the Samsung Galaxy S4. Now, for those of you who don't know NFC, that's near field communication, which means any device that has NFC as well. So if I had a smartwatch, Devin has his Samsung Galaxy S4, I have some pictures on there, I have an email on there, I have, you know, a document on there that I want Devin to have. I bring up the document, tap his Samsung Galaxy S4, and boom, he has the document right there. No emailing, no trying to connect, you know, any other kind of way. As long as he has NFC and I have NFC, then we can share documents like that. Now, the existing Sony smartwatch retails for around $100, and it's not known for sure if its successor will retain this same type of a price point.
That's not bad, though. I mean,
yeah, but it depends on what it does.
Yeah,
you know. Now, according to the report here, they're saying that the smartwatch is said to have a larger screen than its predecessor, you know, that Sony came up with some time ago. It apparently also it's minimally water resistant, so it's not. I wouldn't.
That means don't dunk it. Minimally, don't take a chance.
Exactly. It runs Android similar to current Xperia smartphones. The watch will reportedly have 3-icon layout underneath the capacitive touchscreen, NFC, as we said before, on board, as well as easy pairing with smartphones, and the connection itself would be sustained via Bluetooth. So even if you don't have a Sony smartphone, you still can connect this with any smartphone, any that you have via Bluetooth. And no further details regarding the internal specifications were released by Sony at this point. The Mobile Asia Expo runs between June 26th, which is obviously tomorrow, and June 28th. So it's only a matter of time before Sony unveils the full details of this smartwatch. Now, I mean, Devin, according to Sony, they did a research with BI Intelligence this year, and it says 1/3 of smartphone users want a smart wristwatch to wear. Do you think this is going to finally be the breakthrough for smartwatches? I mean, is this where smartwatches is going to take off with these new generations of smartwatches from Apple, from Sony, and from LG coming up? Or do you think, again, it's not the time is not right for a smartwatch?
No, I think the time is right. You know what we talked about was it last week or the week before? That the issue is it's too small.
Yeah, that was like a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
And would be too big to be practical.
Right.
If you made it big enough, right?
Right.
So the idea is smartphone that communicates with smartwatch that communicates with something else.
Right.
Your tablet, your phablet, whatever
Right.
it is. Then it makes sense.
Right.
So you don't really need, for example, it will have near field communication.
Right.
So your phablet or your tablet will be able to pick up whatever you want. So
Right.
the communication device is really your phone.
Right.
You have certain things that you can just, go through on your phone. But when you want to see and do anything technical or
You
work,
just pull out
right,
your phone
you
or
pull up your phablet, and then you can work with it. But otherwise,
it's just going to be too cumbersome. Now, what
we
if
won't be getting it.
What if they had a voice input into the watch as well? Because to me, I think that's something that's smart. That if they put into smartwatches, that will really make it take off.
That will make the difference.
Yeah, that will make the difference.
Yeah.
Where I can say, pull up email,
Right.
and then it pulls
Right.
up you
And that's getting better. The audio interface is really, really getting better.
Right.
Because even on the S4, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Not like it was before. Now, let me show you a picture of the smartwatch that Sony has, and you tell me if this is too big, too small. You tell you and you out there, tell me, what do you think? This is the shots that were taken of the Sony smartwatch. Do you think this is too big? Do you think it's too small, or do you think this is actually usable? This is something that you can use because it's able to show 4 apps at a time. So let me go ahead and show you this thing here real quick. For those of you out there. Okay, here you go. These are the Sony smartwatches right here. Now, do you think that, let me zoom this in. Do you think this is going to be too big? We have it in white, silver, and black. Do you think this screen right here, Devin, is this too big, too small? Can you read any kind of text or pictures on that? I mean, well, like we said, is it necessary for this thing to have a touch screen? I mean, what kind of, how do you liken this right here?
Because watches are definitely bigger.
Right.
Right now. Most watches, the fashion conscious,
right.
the metro men and women are wearing bigger watches. So it makes sense that we can go to it.
Yeah.
But, I just looked at the thing. You probably will need to go to a break and come back. And
yeah. So let's take a break real quick. And then we're going to come right back and continue talking about this Sony smartwatch right here on Tech Pulse. So just stay tuned.